Hi friends, in this video we will see end-to-end configuration of BP, how we can do end-to-end configuration for BP business partner, and in last lecture we have seen how we can create a BP in SAP S4HANA. In 2023 version we have seen how we can create a BP business partner. Now we will see end-to-end configuration, how we can configure end-to-end that BP, these grouping, BP grouping, and these roles, how we can configure, we will see that. So first of all, what is BP grouping? So BP grouping determines the BP number range. So what I'm talking about, let me take you to SAP screen. So that's S4 HANA 2023 latest version. So I'm just using T code BP for business partner, and here you can see once I just click on organization for we just go for with the organization. Here you can see a grouping, BP grouping. You can see like these are customized, so we can also customize our BP grouping, business partner grouping. But what's the significance for that grouping? So this BP grouping determines the BP number range. So whatever number, like whatever business partner number will be there, that will be internal or external number assignment, whatever it is, that will be defined as per that grouping, as per that BP grouping, right? So we will see how we can configure that all these fields, how we can configure account group, how we can map so that both vendor number and BP number is going to be same. So we will see that in that session. We will see step by step what's the account group and how we can configure that account group. We will see that also, right? And that vendor account group is assigned to a grouping code. So this vendor account group now, this vendor account group is assigned to that grouping, BP grouping. Let me show you on SAP screen. So this BP grouping is assigned to vendor account group. So let me show you vendor account group also. So let me just select any grouping here, any random grouping, and in control data, let me see. In general data, let me hit enter here. So in vendor general data, let me select here BP role as FLVN01 for purchasing data. So let me select here. So FLVN01, FLVN00 is for like that company code view and company code data. FLVN01 is for purchasing view. So let me select FLVN01. FLVN01, here it is, create, and here you can see vendor general data. So in vendor general data, that account group you can see here, this is assigned to this grouping, BP grouping, and from that vendor account group is, this vendor account group is assigned to that grouping, BP grouping code, and that decide the business partner and vendor number range. So whatever BP will come here, once we will create, in last session also we have created, whatever BP number or vendor number like that will be appear here as it's internal, whatever is appear, that will be as per that account group and that BP grouping. So we will see that how we can do that. So end to end we will do. Okay, so first step what we will see, so first of all, like end-to-end configuration for business partner BP. So first step will be, everything is also mentioned in notes also. So first step is we are going to do a BP grouping configuration, business partner grouping configuration. So what we will do in that, so we are going to configure our BP grouping, right, as I have mentioned it here also. It's like whatever is available, we will also create our own grouping, BP grouping. So in that, steps will be like, first step will be we are going to define BP group first. So we will define BP group, right? We will define BP group, and then we will define the number range for our BP group. The next step will be we will define, you can say, we will define number range for our BP group. Then we are going to assign whatever BP group and BP group number range, whatever we have, we are going to create, we are going to define that, we are going to assign to each other. So next step will be assign number range to BP group. So let's see step by step. So let's come to SAP screen, and first step is we are going to define BP group, and that significance for that grouping, BP grouping, is like BP grouping first determine the BP number range, whatever BP number is going to come here, that determined by that BP grouping. And second, it decide the internal or external number assignment, whatever like internal assignment or external assignment we just want for that grouping, it's also decide as per that grouping. So we will see also that. So first step is we are going to define BP group. So first we are going to define a BP groups, and how we are going to do? So just go in SPRO /n /o SPRO, go to implementation guide, and here just go to cross application component. So here you can see cross application component, just click on that and just navigate to SAP business partner. Here down you can see SAP business partner is there. Here it is, SAP business partner. Just go to SAP business partner and go to SAP business partner basic setting. Go to business partner, go to basic setting, and here we will just go to number range and grouping. So just execute to number range and grouping, and here we are going to first we are going to define the number range, right, and then we are going to assign the number range with that. Whatever grouping we are going to define, we are going to assign that to our number range. field grouping, here it is. So just go to field grouping. Yeah, one more thing we will do. First we will check the available number range. So whatever number range is available, let's see, so that we can take the same number range for both vendor and BP, because it's also the requirement for the client or for the organizations. They just have this business requirement, like their BP number and their vendor number must be the same. So they are like both must be the same. So what we will do, we will just see the intervals, whatever intervals are available. So in one screen let me open the intervals for that BP, and another screen let me open for a vendor also. So let me go to SPRO, go to here, material management, go to purchasing, sorry, what you need to do, just go to this path. So just go to SPRO, then go to financial accounting. So here we will just do the configuration related to the vendor. So just go to financial accounting and go to account receivable and account payable node. So just go to this node and then just go to this supplier account. So if you are using some earlier version of SAP S4HANA, it could be the vendor account. So both are same. If it's a vendor account or supplier account, both are same. So here supplier account and then master data. So here we can see so just go to preparation of that creating supplier master data. Just go to this node and here we can see the number ranges. So you can see the create number ranges for vendor account. So just go to this node and here in intervals we can see whatever number range is available. So we will take the same number range for both vendor and BP, right? Vendor or supplier both are same. So for vendor and BP we just want a same number range, right? So let me open both in one screen. So whatever is available we will take that. Yeah, I guess we can take 7. This we can take, let me check. So this number ranges we can take. Let me take some small number. So this to let me take this number range. So you can also check whatever number is available. Okay, you can take that, because if you will take the overlap number range, you can't take that because the system will throw error like number range is already available. So let me check in both, is that available or not. Let me give the number range like SL. So this is also the requirement of the maximum organization, like they just want a same BP and same vendor or supplier number, so that there must not be a confusion. So this, let me check, is that available or not. Yeah, it's available. Okay, it's available, otherwise the system have thrown me the error like this is overlapping. And let me check the same in that supplier number range. Okay, like this is also available. Yeah, so we can take this number range, right? And don't take like so much big number range, otherwise it will be occupied and other users also can't use in that practice server, because whatever server you are going to use, definitely it's a practice server. So what student used to do, they just take a large number range. So because of that, like other users also can't able to create the number ranges. Every time the system will throw a error like the number range is overlapping. So you don't do that type of a mistake. Just take like this, and last time like 100 to 199, this type of number range, that's also we can use so long. But what the student used to do, they used to take like 70000 and 79999, so the complete number range is occupied in that, right? So don't do like this type of the mistakes. Okay, now what we are going to do, we are going to define BP group first. So how we are going to define a BP group? Number range we have checked, you can also check in your system. So first we are going to just go to SPRO, go to SPRO implementation guide, and just go to cross application component. So just go to this node, and then SAP business partner, you can see here it is. Then basic setting, we can see in business partner, basic setting. Then just go to the node number range and grouping. So you can see number range and grouping, and here you can see two nodes, one is define number range and another is define grouping and assign number range. So we will just go to here, go to new entries. So here we will give our grouping. So let me give my grouping here like SPLR supplier. Okay, and let me give supplier here, supplier, and description let me give supplier 4mm, right, for material management. Hit enter. So that's already there, we can't take this. So let me take SPR or SPL. Yeah, this is available, right? And just hit enter and save. So we just define the BP group. Okay, now what we are going to do, next step is we are going to define the number range for that BP. Okay, we have defined BP group, now we are going to define number range for BP group. So this is the next step that we are going to do. And what's the path for that? Just go back go back, and here also you can see whatever we have created now, SPL we have created, so you can see it's there, right? So we have just created this. Let me delete this. Next step is we are going to define a number range for that. So just go to define number range, and here you can see the intervals, and here you can create a, you can change and create intervals, and here you can change the NR status. Like if you want to change the NR status, then you can change from here. So what we are going to create, so we will just go to change and just click on that insert line. So whatever number range is available you can take, but if you want to take the same BP number and same supplier or vendor number, so you can see like whatever number range is available for both, so you can take that same number range. Don't confuse if I'm using the terminology vendor or supplier, both are same, right? In ECC we used to say vendor, in S4 HANA we used to say supplier, so don't confuse in that, both are same. So just go to insert line, and here let me give a number range. So let me create a number range from here. So let me give a number range like SL. Let me check, it's not, yeah, it's there, so let me delete it first. Okay, no issues. So just go to that insert line, and we will just give as let me give VEN, right? Let me give VN. So here let me give VN, and from number range we will take this one, right? So we'll take this number range to this number range. Hit enter, right? So it's created. And one more thing you need to keep in your mind, that must be like internal, that whatever number range we have created, that must be internal. So we have created this VN, right? We have created this one, so that must be internal. So never select this checkbox, right? Just leave this blank, hit enter and save. Yes. So we just created that number range VN. Now next step, we are whatever BP grouping we have created, whatever number range we have created, we are going to assign both BP grouping and that number range. So just go back. Okay, so in that node we are going to assign like define grouping and assign number range. So here also we have defined, in new entries we have defined that BP grouping. Now we are going to assign our BP grouping to our BP number range. So we will just go to position, and what's our grouping? So grouping is like SPL. So here it is. So let me assign a number range here. So number range is VN, right? So hit enter and save. Yes. Okay, each and every details are there in the notes. Okay, each and every steps is there available in the notes, right? So now what's the next step? Now we will do vendor configuration. We have completed BP configuration, business partner configuration. Now we will do the vendor configuration. And in vendor configuration, what are the steps that we are going to follow? First step is like BP configuration. Now next step is step second is we will do vendor configuration, right? So we will do vendor configuration. So in vendor configuration, what the steps that we need to follow? First, we are going to define account group. Okay. As we have defined a BP group for a BP configuration, same like that in vendor configuration, we will define a account group. So that we also used to do in ECC. So same procedure will be there. So define account group. Right. Next step, we are going to create a number range for our vendor account group. Whatever account group we have defined, we will create a number range for that. So we are going to create number range for account group. Right. And next step will be we are going to assign this number range to that account group. So that will be the next step. We are going to assign number range to vendor account group. Right. So we will do that step by step. So let's just come to that again SAP screen and we just do the vendor configuration. So here, same as we used to do in ECC, we will follow these steps here in S4HANA. So that vendor configuration is same. So first we are going to define a vendor account group, right? So for that path is just go to SPRO, go to financial, just go to implementation guide and just go to financial accounting. Here it is, same like in ECC. Then just go to account receivable and account payable, this node. Go to vendor account. Or supplier account, if in your case, like if you are using that S4HANA 2023 and above version, you will see supplier. Earlier version, you can see the vendor account here. So just go to master data and here go to preparation, like preparation for creating supplier master data. So just go to this node and here you can see the number range, define number range and assign the number range to the account group. So first we are going to create a vendor account group from here. So here so you can see define account group with screen layout. So just go to this, execute that, and you can see the standard 10001, 0002, 0003, 0004. Same in ECC you just see. So if we just want to create, we will just go to new entries and we will create. So let me create one, and account group, let me check first is that applicable or not. So let me just delete this entry first. Okay, you need not to delete because otherwise the same entry will be there. So you just go to new entries and go to account group. So here let me give like SPL. So same I am taking, so that there must not be the confusion. So account group I am taking SPL, and that BP grouping also I just took SPL, so that there must not be a confusion. So that's the reason I am just taking the same. So SPL I am taking, and here let me give all these related fields. So here, like, let me give the description like S4HANA vendor or S4HANA supplier, let me give, right? Just hit enter and save. I guess that's also there. Let me check. Enter and save. It's just a warning. We can ignore a warning and just save it. So data is saved. Now next step is I'm going to create a number range for vendor account. So where I need to go, just go back and you can see here the node create a number range for vendor account group. So just go create number range for vendor accounts, that's node, just go there, just go to intervals and we will use that same interval, just go to insert line and we will use that same interval here like this vn, let me take here, and this same number range I'm just going to take so that I will have same vendor number and BP number. Right, so just give all these details and just hit enter. And one more thing, like this must be external, this must be external, the vendor must be external, and that BP that we have created, that must be internal, right? So just hit enter and save. So yes, so we just created the number range. Now what we will do, we will assign that account vendor account group to our number range, our whatever number range we have created for vendor account. So we are going to assign that in this node, assign number range to vendor account group. So just go to this and just go to position and here just give your account group. So our account group is SPL and number range is VN. So just hit enter, assign and just hit enter. It's okay, like we have to remove this. This is the issue. Okay, so that you need not to do, like someone have assigned whatever number range is not there, it was assigned. So what you need to do in your vendor account group, you just need to assign the number range whatever you have defined. So just hit enter and save. Right, so that's also done. Now what we are going to do, now third step is we are going to map our BP and vendor. So next step is step third, we are going to do a mapping for BP and vendor. So let me write like vendor and BP mapping, right? So in that what we will do, we will just define a number assignment for a direction to BP to vendor. So we will just, what we will do here, so we will just define number assignment for direction BP to vendor. Right. So that we will do here. So let me take you to SAP screen. What we will do, mapping from BP to vendor. So how we are going to do, so we will just, let me show you again in SPRO. Okay, so what's the path for that? Just go to SPRO, go to implementation guide, go to cross application component, here it is, go to master data, yeah, go to this node, master data synchronization, and here you can see this node, customer and vendor integration. So just go to that customer and vendor integration and just go to business partner setting node. Here you can see setting for vendor integration. So just go here. Here you can see field assignment for vendor is integration, and here we will just go to assign key, and here define number range assignment for direction BP to vendor. So we will just go to this first node, like direction BP to vendor, and here we are going to assign. So let me take our grouping. So what's our grouping? Like SPL, that's our grouping. Yeah, just because it's not there, what you just do, you need not to delete. Okay, in my case it's a duplicate, that's the reason I'm deleting, but you don't delete. You just go to new entries, just go to here, just go to new entries, and here we will just give our BP grouping, so that is SPL, and in grouping, in group I will just take that same SPL. Okay, because in my case both are same, like this is, so this is business partner grouping, this field is for business partner grouping, and this field is for vendor account group. So in my case both are same, like vendor BP grouping and vendor account group, so both are, I just took a same, so that there must not be confusion. So I just took a SPL, right? And here what's my requirement? I just want same numbers for both BP and that vendor. I just want a same number. So I will just click on this and hit enter and save. If I just want a flexible, I can click on that, but what's my requirement here? I just want the same numbers. So I will just click this checkbox and save it. Okay. So this first we have to delete, because duplicate is coming in my case, that's the reason I'm getting this error, because in another batch I just took the same codes, that's the reason I'm getting this. So what we can do here, just okay, let me do it again. So hit enter and save. Now it's perfect. Okay, now what we will do, now we will check that. Okay, we will test that in we will just create a fresh BP and we will test. Okay, so we will just go to BP screen. So just use T code BP, and here you can see, you can just select organization, and here you can see whatever BP grouping we have created, you can see here. So we just created SPL, you can see here. Here it is, supplier for MM. Just select that, and from here, like that BP role 6 times 0 will be by default is selected. That's for general data, but FLVN 00 and FLVN 01 we have to select manually. So that will come automatically, you need not to select that. And here I will give all these details. So whatever name I just want to give, let me give like WAN 06. Search term also let me give that same. Go to address here, like complete address. If you want to see more fields, you can just click on here and you can see the more fields. Let me give anything, it's just a task system. Okay, so whatever country you will select, as per that regions will appear. So here whatever is mandatory field, I am just giving that. So language is a mandatory field. So in last lecture also we have created a BP, right? And I'm just giving that mandatory data here, like bank details and all these details I'm not giving. Just check, it's like it's fine, just save it. So you can see that BP, whatever BP number is appearing here, this BP number you can see is under that number range whatever we have defined. So like BP number is this one and this is under this number range. So whatever number range we have created, this is the first BP. Next time I'm going to create a BP, this will be like 1001. So internally it's selecting, okay. So this is a BP. Now what I will do, I will just go to this change mode. So just click on that change, and from here I will select, and here also you can see the supplier is also that same, that both BP and supplier number is same, right? So here this is a BP number, right? Now I will just select, just go to change mode, it is, and just select another role. So we will select FLVN 00 for company code data view. So FLVN 00, let me see like that, FLVN 00. So let me select this role. Yeah, here it is. So I just select it and I just go to company code data. So just click here, and here is my company. So just give your company code here and hit enter. So here recon account, reconciliation account, and all these details, terms of payment, that also we can configure, but right now I'm just using that standard one, right? So these all fields we have already discussed in last session. So what we will do, we will just check, and it's just error free, so it's perfect. Right, and let me save it. So just save it. Now I will just maintain that purchasing view. So for that FLVN 00. So this is for purchasing view, just select this and just For that, first we have to go to change mode. Okay, from here you can change to display and to change mode you can change. So let me go to FLVN01. 00 is here, 01. Yeah, so then I can click on purchasing view, and here I will give my purchase organization. So hit enter. Here order of currency, let me take USD. So hit enter. Partner function, vendor sub range. So let me check. It's error free, perfect, and save it. So this is my BP and vendor, you can say, right? If I want to check that, I can check also in MKVZ also I can check. Let me check. So this is my BP and this is also same my vendor number. So let me check in MKVZ. So we have created this one. This is our supplier and this is also our BP. You can see here same supplier and same BP number is there, because we have done the mapping for BP and vendor. So that's the reason it's coming the same number, right? Now in like end users just don't want to do this thing again and again, like they don't want to select the role again and again. What they just want, they just come to that T code BP, and that roles they need not to select again and again. Automatically that roles used to be selected, or that roles must be compiled to each other. Like three roles we are using in side, like 6 times 0, FLVN00 and FLVN01. So what's the client what's the end user requirement? They just want to create a BP simply. They just don't want to change the roles from here, once for general data view, then purchasing view, then company code data view. It's their requirement, like they just come simply here, they just use a T code BP and they can simply able to create a BP. So how we can compile all BP roles, like all these three BP roles, how we can compile? So let's see. So just go to SPRO again, go to IMG, go to cross application component, and here we will just go to SAP business partner node, go to business partner, go to basic setting. So here we can see here we can see business partner roles. Here this is the node business partner roles, and then we will just go to this node define BP role for grouping. So here you can see define BP role for grouping. So just execute that, and here you can see all the like grouping whatever is there we can see. And if we just want to create our own BP roles, we can create BP roles, like you have seen that FLVN 6 times 0, FLVN 00 for side, and FLVN 01, or if it's like SD side, so they used to create for customer. So if we just want, like client's requirement is there, like just to configure their own BP role, that also we can do that. But here we are not going to do that. What we are going to do, that we are just going to compile all these roles. So we will just go to this node define BP role grouping, and here just go to BP role grouping. So just double click on that, just go to new entries first. So here we will just give the BP role here. So let me give like SPL, same I will give, okay, and title let me give like supplier for mm, right? Supplier for mm, same description I will give here, right? Just hit enter and just double click on BP role grouping and go to new entries, and here we will give the roles. So 6 times 0 is not required to mention because it's already there by default. So what we are going to give here, FLVN00 and FLVN01, right? Hit enter and save it. Simply save it. Yes. Now I will try to create a BP again. Now see how much simple it is. So just select organization, and from here we just need to select the grouping. So this is our grouping, and from here we just need to select that role, BP role. So only one time we need to select. Let's suppose we just created SPL. So just go down. Let's see where it is. Here it is, SPL. So if you can see that X here, that simply means like multiple BP roles have come assigned to that, to this role SPL, like multiple BP role have assigned. Okay, but like in single, these are the single roles, like multiple roles are not assigned to that. But here in that case, X is there, that means multiple BP roles is assigned to that. So just click that and just, sorry, let me select it again. Here it is. So click and just go to create, because we just want to create, and here we need not to select. You can see here also we need not to select again and again views every time. Automatically it will like take me to the another view, then to the third view, as like we used to create in that ECC. Like in that we used to create XK01 using T code XK01 vendor we used to create, and we need not to select the roles. So if like we just want to configure that like for end users convenience, we can also do like that. So here what I will do, I will just give all these details. Let me give that same van07 street, okay. So hit enter, language is mandatory, so English. We just need to hit enter, okay, like enter, and just select to the company code data. Like if we don't want to give the more details here, so we can simply directly go to company code data. We need not to select these roles here. Okay, here just give the company code, hit enter, just give your reconciliation account and all these details, terms of payment, right? Then we can simply hit enter and save it. Okay, and then we can go to the purchasing view also. So we need not to change the roles from here. Okay, so first we need to go to the change mode, then we can do that. So just give your purchase organization here and check. So currency, hit enter and save it. Just check first, it's error free, it's perfect, just save it. So you can see it's saved, and this is our BP, and that same our supplier or vendor, right? Like if I just want to see in MKVZ also, I can see. This is my supplier, execute. So this is same my supplier, and this is also same my BP, right? So this is how we can compile, how we can configure end to end our business partner. Now if I just want to see the tables, how can I see the tables, like to see some data or to extract some data, how can I access to the table? So just simply use SE16N and we will see the BP related tables. So just go to SE16N and here the table name is, like if I just want to see the table for vendor and BP assignment, if I want to see like whatever BP I have, what's the vendor for that, if I want to see, let's suppose, because that's the most used table for BP. So you just go to SE16N and here just give database like IBP supplier and just hit enter, and like supplier, whatever supplier you want to see, or what, if you just know the supplier, you just can give the supplier, and if you just want to see the BP number for that, you just know the supplier number and you just want to see the BP number, just give this number here, this supplier number, or it can be the case like you just know the BP number and you want to see the supplier number, you can see from here. So what I will do, I will just check for this one. So let me give this and just execute. So here you can see this is my supplier number, this is my BP number. Okay, so both are same in our case, and all these details like group, what is the group for that, account group is that, account group is SPL. So all these details we can see from here, from these tables we can see. Okay, if I want to see for all whatever is available in the system with the account group SPL, if I want to see, I can just give this field and just execute. I can see all supplier and their corresponding vendors, like a supplier and their corresponding BP number we can see. So in our case it's same, right? So you can see from here also. If I want to see for like client 800, I want to see, I can see, I can give these fields and I can see, right? So from here we can see. So if I just want to see for plant KL01, that's my plant, and all data I just want to see, I will just remove all these fields. I will just give this plant and just execute. Okay, for this plant there is no values there. Okay, no value is there. So what we have to give the BP here. Okay, and then you can see. So plant wise it's showing incorrect, so we can remove this field, then plant field, then we can see, right? So like that we can see the table, BP tables we can see. And if I just want to see like general data view, so what's that like table name for that, I just want to see the general data view. So how can I see? I will just use BUT and this 4 times 0, just execute. Let me check that address. So let me use BP for address, table name is BP 030. Yeah. So if I want to see for some BP like this, I want to see, I can see. This is not there. Let me, because for this BP I didn't maintain any like address, so that's the reason. So let me see for another tables. Let me see. If I want to see like general data, so let me give like BUT 0001. Let me give this. So these are various tables that we can use. For your knowledge only I'm saying, otherwise for beginner level it's not required. Okay, what's the issue? It's not taking the tables. Yeah, so this is BP 001 is for attributes. So if I want to see, so whatever fields you just want to see, you can see. Mostly we just use this table IBP supplier. So with the help of that table we can see a vendor and BP assignment. Okay, so we can see from here, right? Now, so what we have learned in this session becomes so lengthy. Okay, so let's just summarize whatever we have learned in this class. So we will just quickly summarize. Okay, so what we have done in this session, just wait. So we have just created first we just completed BP grouping configuration, and in BP grouping configuration first we have defined BP group, then we have defined number range for BP group, and then we have assigned our BP group to our number range. Then we just completed vendor configuration, that was a BP configuration. Then we just completed vendor configuration. So in vendor configuration also there is a 3 steps. First is we just define the account group, and then we just create a number range for vendor account, and third step is we just assign the number range to our vendor account group. And then we just did a mapping for BP and vendor, so that same number BP number and same vendor number must be there. Okay, that's the requirement mostly for all the organization. It's also the requirement. So in that there we can fulfill that, okay, by just selecting the checkbox like same number range. And then we just give the BP role configuration like define BP role grouping. So here we just compile all these BP roles, okay, in BP role configuration. Like if we just want to, if like end users requirement is there, they just don't want to select the BP roles again and again, so we can compile in BP role configuration, okay, in BP role grouping. So that we have discussed that. After that we have discussed the tables, how we can see the tables using T code SE16N, and each and every table is also maintained in the notes also. Okay, so that's all about today's session. I hope it's clear to you whatever we have discussed in this session, like BP end-to-end configuration we have seen, and we have seen how to create a BP. So I guess now it's a clear to you, it's a crystal clear to you. So thank you, thanks a lot, may God bless you all.